Hello students, good morning to all. In our 8th C paper, we are taking the remaining part of our website design in this class. You know, we are in unit 3 and in this unit we have read grammar, good grammar, bad grammar and then some examples of good writing. We have discussed a little about website design, some introductory part, and in this class we are going to learn some technical terms which are often asked in short type answer questions. So the first term is internet. What is internet? Internet is international network of computers. We can say so. It is not necessary for this to be international. It may be any local, regional, national or worldwide computer networks. When it is worldwide computer networks, it is written www, World Wide Web. In it, in this network, each computer has its own identity, and this identity is called Internet Protocol Address or IP address. It is expressed in numericals. It is composed of four parts which are separated by dot. So an IP address is an Internet Protocol address, a unique numerical label assigned to each device connected to the internet, including computers or phones or tablets or servers or anything. A quick Google search for what is my IP address will bring up the IP address associated with your internet connection. If you want to know your IP address, just type this thing, what is my IP address in Google, and your IP address will be on the screen. Then another term is server, web server. Server is the main computer which gives the service to clients. Web servers are in fact big computers which host and run websites. The more powerful the computer, the more powerful the server. The server exists to fulfill requests from the clients because it stores, it processes, and it delivers the information to users. Web servers are used to store, process, and deliver web pages to clients. For example, there are browsers like Google Chrome and which are related to servers. So when these clients send the information to server, server provides the information and they bring the information back to our computer screen. It can be purchased to run a website, but most businesses use cloud storage services such as Amazon Web Services and other these type of services to host websites because they are cost savings and they maintain the security to highest levels. When we type the URL in Chrome or in Firefox or in uh, Microsoft Edge, what happens that the browser sends a request from the server. So it is like your browser is making a phone call trying to connect to the server, and this connection is through HTTP to reach the web server of that website. And then server relays the information back to the browser which is displayed in information in HTML or CSS. We will take these terms in our next page. Then there is another term, web browser. A web browser is a software application used for accessing information on the web. So if I want to visit a website, first of all, I will need a browser on my system. The most commonly used browsers are Google Chrome and Firefox. So these are the software systems which help in accessing the websites. The most popular web browsers are Chrome, Firefox, Safari, Internet Explorer, Edge, Opera, etc. As with all software applications, web browsers have different features and functionality appealing to different user types. So with the help of a web browser, I can search for any website for any content on the internet, and for that I will have to use either the name of that website or the URL number. Then this information will be taken to the server. From that server the desired information will be taken and it will be brought to my computer. Now, website and web page. A website is a location on the World Wide Web that is a collection of online web pages which can be accessed with the domain name. Every website has its name. A website is not the same thing as a web page. A website is a collection of web pages. More than one web page makes a website, though a website may be of one single page also. For example, Amazon.com is a website and it has millions of web pages which we can visit for different types of purposes. Web page. Web page are the static pages. It is just like a page in our book. Our book is the website and the pages are the web pages. So they are static. They will not change unless they are edited. Examples of these pages might be about, services, contact, etc. These are the various links which we find on the home page of a website. If we visit a website, first thing which we see is the home page of that website, and on that home page we will find these blocks: about, services, contact us. If we click to these links to these blocks, we are taken to another screen. Actually that is another web page, and there we may find further links or further uh, icons to surf deeper in the website. We sometimes use the term subpages when we refer to pages that are not the home page. Home page and all the other pages. Home page is the home page and all the other pages are called subpages. And we go further from those subpages, then they are the subpages. For example, the about is a page on a website and it will have its own URL. URL will be in the domain name, the name of the website, slash, and then that particular page, and then slash if there is any subdivision on that page. A sub page is a page that is listed underneath a save page. So home page, then the sub pages, then the sub pages, and then the sub pages, and so on. In this way we can form our complete website. Then what is a domain name? Domain name is the address of a website. It is the identification of the website on the internet, just like our physical address. It is an address on the internet that specifies where your browser should go to look for that information which you have typed. We should not confuse with the domain name and the website. Domain name is like the address. It is like our home address, and it is an easy way for people to find any house. If we have the address, then we can find any house in a city. Website is the house itself. So when we register a domain name on the internet, we will have to pay some fee for it. We are buying the right to use that name for a year or whatever term which is specified in our contract. A domain name is a unique name. For example, google.com, amazon.com, flipkart.com, these are the domain names used to identify the location of a website on a web server. When you access a website through a web browser like Google Chrome, the domain name is changed into IP address. I type google.com, but the machine will change it into IP address, which represents the server on which the website is hosted. This translation is dynamically performed by a domain name server. What is this domain name server? DNS or domain name server are the internet equivalent of a phone book or directory. They keep an updated list of domain names and translate them back into IP addresses. I type google.com, DNS will translate into that numerical set of IP address. This is necessary because although domain names are easy for humans to remember, computers use IP addresses to access them. We came across another term, that is URL. URL is acronym for Uniform Resource Locator. U for uniform, R for resource, L for locator. So it is Uniform Resource Locator. It is the file address of a resource on the internet, or it is the file address of a particular file on the internet. A URL can be a web page, an image, a video, a sheet, or anything. So any file on internet is given a specific name, that is URL. It is different from domain in that it contains the HTTP before it. If you put HTTP before the domain name, it becomes the URL of that website. HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which basically tells the browser that you are using a domain name instead of an IP address, and thus the browser will change that thing to IP address. HTTP is the underlying protocol that allows users to exchange information. If test.com is your domain, then HTTP colon / www.test.com is the website URL. There is another term, HTTPS. It means that it is a secured connection. Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. S stands for secure. And no other computer can listen in on the conversation. It cannot be uh, it cannot be used by other servers or other hackers to use it for their own benefit. So it is a safe way of searching the website. Look out for this when entering personal detail on any website. It is designated by a green lock symbol in the address bar of the browser, that is HTTPS. Then HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is used by World Wide Web, and this protocol defines how messages are formatted and transmitted, and what actions web servers and browsers should take in response to various commands. We can find the browser address bar often before www. It is before www. HTTPS or HTTP comes before www. Then we have discussed HTTPS. It encrypts the message. Another term is SSL certificate. An SSL certificate provides a secure encrypted communication between a website and an internet browser. SSL stands for Secure Sockets Layer, the protocol which provides the encryption. The information is encrypted, it is not open for anyone to see. Some hosting companies offer a free SSL. Many companies offer SSL certificates for an annual fee. Then WordPress. WordPress is an open source and free web publishing application. Content management system. CMS is content management system with which we can manage our content on a website. The blogging tool built by a community of developers and contributors. Self-hosted WordPress websites are built with the WordPress.org version of the software. WordPress.com is a blogging and website service owned by a company called Automatic. WordPress.com uses the open source WordPress software. However, the .com version of WordPress is less flexible than websites built with the self-hosted .org version of the software. So this is a software with which we can publish we can create or we can control our websites. If we want to make our own website, this tool, open source software, is very helpful. Then plugin and widget, these are the various softwares, utilities which are added to the web pages. Theme. Theme is a collection of files that work together to produce the look or style of the website. A theme modifies the way the site is displayed without modifying the underlying software. The theme is the appearance of our website, as we have discussed earlier. Then there are some backend and front-end activities, websites. The backend of a website is the part which is hidden from the website visitors. To log in to view the back end, you need a username and password. The WordPress website backend dashboard can be accessed by typing this URL. These are the higher technical terms. Front end. Front end is very important. Front end is the opposite of the back end. It is all the components of a website that a visitor to the site can see. Means the pages, images, content, pictures, whatever we place on the website are the front end. Especially it is the interface that visitors use to access the site's content. It is also sometimes referred to as the user interface. Slider. A rotating banner of images that is usually placed on the home page of a website is called slider. It is a slideshow type format that can highlight different content and include images or videos. It is only for the introduction. Links and hyperlinks. A hyperlink is a link from one web page to another, either on the same site or on another site. Generally, these are text or images and are highlighted in some way. Text is often underlined or put in a different color or font weight. These are the hyperlinks. Hyperlinks are the system through which we can move from one page to another page, from one page of a particular website to another page of a different website. Hovering, rollover or mouse over, any kind of action that occurs when users place their cursor, that arrow you move around your screen over a button, but before anything is clicked. The action can be anything from a simple change in color to an interactive animation. Our arrow becomes a finger, a hand. It indicates that from here you can, it is a hyperlink, and from here you can move anywhere, or it indicates that here you can click to get some result. Then often this message we find 404, page not found. A page a user sees when they try to reach a non-existent page on the website. Usually this is due to someone reaching a page that has been deleted or mistype of the URL, or the computer is unable to, the server is unable to deliver that page. An effective 404 error page should communicate why the page doesn't exist and what is the reason for it. This we may include while preparing our website. So thank you students. In our next class we will continue the types of website and some basic steps to prepare a website. Thank you very much.